In today's video, join me in making an autumn bucket list, decorating my coffee station, and making pumpkin spice syrup. Good morning, kindred spirits, and welcome back. Each morning I wake up to kitty cuddles from this adorable girl. Kiki really is the most adorable, sweetest natured little cat. The lighting is low here, so the footage may be a little sketchy, but I couldn't help but film such a lovely morning ritual. Kiki wants more cuddles, but hocus pocus, Mama needs coffee to focus. It's that time of the year for beautiful sunrises, and I'm reminiscing over the vibrant autumn days like the ones we spent last year walking in Sheffield Park. The colours were so incredibly vibrant, as if nature was showing off as a last hurrah before winter. Today feels like a good time to make a bucket list. I make one each year for each season, and this year is no exception. My little shadow has joined me again, as she often does, simply to be near me, and I find comfort in her presence. As a coffee lover, one of the things that brings me great joy each year is creating my autumn coffee station. I decided not to buy anything new this year, or at least very little new items, since I did a massive haul last year, and I bring out the stand I got from HomeSense a couple of years ago to use again this year. Out comes the teapot I got from Asda last year. Along with the sweet sign that my dear friend brought back for me from her trip to the US recently. I've mounted this onto the lid of a candle to help raise it up above the foliage and the side of the rack. Next, I'm adding sugar-free syrups from Home Bargains, along with a stash of coffee flavours from America that my friend brought me. This chicory coffee from Café du Monde is probably the best coffee I've ever tasted. I read a book by Sherilyn Kenyon many years ago, when in the opening scene the main character sits down at Café du Monde in New Orleans late one night to a cup of chicory coffee and fresh, hot, icing sugar-covered beignets, and I've wanted to visit Café du Monde ever since. My friend kindly brought me this coffee back from the shop at Café du Monde, and I intend to recreate this scene with fresh beignets of my own. These cinnamon knots are some of the tastiest cookies I've ever had. They're kind of like a shortbread, covered in crispy, crunchy cinnamon and sugar. They're absolutely delicious, and I'm probably going to have to replace these very quickly because my family have already been tucking into them. That's looking good. Now it's time to make some pumpkin spice syrup. It's so easy to make and much cheaper on your pocket than the fancy drinks at coffee shops. First, we make a simple syrup with half a cup of water and half a cup of white sugar. You can use your brown sugar for a more treacly intense flavour if you wish. Allow the sugar to dissolve and heat through. Next, add a third of a tin of condensed milk, around 120 ml, and stir through. Then add a quarter of a cup of pumpkin puree, I got mine from Waitrose. Mix well and allow to heat through. I'm adding pumpkin spice I got online, but you can make your own by mixing a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, and a tiny pinch of pungent ground cloves. Allow to boil and thicken slightly before taking off the heat and pouring it into a sterilized jar and store in the fridge for up to 2 weeks, if it lasts that long, of course. For my iced coffee, I'm using cold brew, which I made by steeping 150 grams of ground coffee of your choice in 400 ml of water overnight and then straining into a bottle with a net. To a glass jar, I'm adding ice, cold brew, milk to taste, and then 4 tablespoons of cold pumpkin spice syrup. Adjust to your taste, stir, and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, dear friends, and until next time, keep calm and be cozy.